So in light of there not being a Naruto episode this week, I kind of wanted to make a fun discussion regarding the 5 Kage. If they were all currently healthy right now and they all went against each other, which Kage would pull through and win the battle? I'd honestly say the first one to go down would be Mei. I mean, we've seen that she's just not too smart in her battle against Sasuke. She was just talking about Sasuke's looks for half the fucking episode. I wouldn't deny her skills, like, if it was a dick-sucking competition or some shit like that. I'm pretty sure my dick would be satisfied by the end of our session or whatever like that. You know, she would be breaking records and shit in that area. But when it comes to fighting, she has cool abilities, stuff like that. But what can she truly do outside of just Spitfire? We haven't obviously seen everything that she can do, but she just doesn't come off as the bitch that's going to be pulling through out of a fight. The next one to go down would most likely be Tsunade. Now, I'm not denying her skill. She's very skilled in the medical area. She's very strong. She's very fast. But I've come to the conclusion that she's just not a good fighter. She's just not too strategic. She goes out there in battle. She's always the first bitch to get stabbed. She's always the first one to fuck up, and she could heal herself with her regeneration techniques, but overall, what the fuck the bitch gonna do? Punch someone? I mean, every other Kage could most likely defend themselves from Tsunade's techniques. A perfect example would be when she was fighting against Madara. She was always the first person to put herself in a bad situation, and that ultimately costed her. Bitch was split in half. The next one to go down would most likely be Ohnoki. Now, Ohnoki has some really overpowered abilities. I mean, he fucking puts you in this little box and he turns you into a little pebble. Is that not overpowered? That's pretty motherfucking overpowered, alright? But where the problem lies with Ohnoki is that the dude gonna die in a year. His back is barely on his body, and against Gaara and A, yeah, this motherfucker would get destroyed. I'm not denying the fact that Ohnoki's skilled, because he's very skilled as a shinobi. We've seen him, he's very maneuverable, he has very good abilities, he can just do different things that a lot of other Kage can do, but basically the dude that's gonna pull through is not gonna be the dude that's gonna die in a year. Ultimately, the battle between the current generation Kage would come down to Gaara versus A, the Rai Kage. If these two were to go at it full force, it would be so hard to call because we have A, who's just super fucking strong. He's like a tank. He's super quick. He would not let any of his opponents fuck with him. But then on the other hand, we have the gentle Gaara who can block shit out with his sand. He has an impenetrable shield. He can maneuver himself around with his sand. He can get to great heights. He can go here. He can go there. But his offense is a little bit lackluster. And while he does have some great techniques, if he does not place them correctly, it could ultimately cost him. Look what happened in his fight against Deidara. But where the problem lies with that is that he had an entire village to defend, and he's one of the only Kage to actually stand on equal footing with an Akatsuki member. On one hand, Gaara can fly. He can just probably turn the entire landscape to just fucking sand and just tsunami the entire area, just do crazy things. But then we have Rai Kage, who is just so fast to the point where would he even allow Gaara to do something like that? I do honestly believe the fight would come down to Gaara being able to get away from A. A not being able to hit Gaara would allow Gaara to position himself for victory. And a lot of people will say that A's recklessness is one of his biggest downfalls, and that's very true, but in a fight like Gaara versus A, recklessness would really mean jack-ish because the fight would come down to literally who lands the first blow. I'm going to personally have to call a draw between the two. I think that if Gaara can get away quick enough, he would be able to win the fight, but that's if he can get away quick enough. If A catches that sneaky dude, he ain't making it out alive. Hope you guys enjoyed this fun discussion. I didn't really want it to become anything too analytical. I wanted it to just be funny, but it turned into analytical bullshit.